Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It's me, it's Ken, your humble host. We're here at the Brooklyn Independent Comics Showcase. That's BIX 2025. And we've seen this gentleman a number of times at Comic-Con, but we've never been able to sit and chat with him or stand and chat with him. But ladies and gentlemen, I give you the wonderful and exciting Edgardo Miranda-Rodriguez, creator of Borinqueña. Did I say all that right?
You got it all.
Excellent, because I don't want Borinqueña to hit me. She's right here.
I think you should be on Sábado Gigante hosting the next
Woo!
episode.
Look at this. They would fire me instantly. Edgardo, how are you, man? Good to officially talk to you in this capacity. How are you? Talk to me what's going on with Borinqueña and being at this convention. What's the latest and greatest?
It's a great opportunity to be at this event, the Brooklyn Independent Comic Showcase, as we are ourselves an independent studio. We've been publishing our graphic novels and comics for 9 years now. Recently launched an action figure line.
The action figures
which
look great.
we actually just recently debuted. And we're the only superhero series that's actually dedicated to charity work, celebrating and awarding grants to nonprofits throughout Puerto Rico. We actually celebrate real superheroes in real life. And it all started with our #1 best-selling book, Reconstruction. This book was #1 on Amazon for 4 months straight. Out the gate, helped us raise $150,000, and we decided to establish a foundation to award grants to nonprofits. And since then, we've raised and awarded over $200,000 in grants to various nonprofits. We just came back from Puerto Rico, participating in their annual Puerto Rico Comic-Con in San Juan. And you know, we're happy to be here in Brooklyn. This is where we live. We live in Williamsburg, Los Sudes, to those who know it very well. And this is where our superhero was born. She's actually a Brooklyn-born Puerto Rican superhero.
So now, how did you, I mean, I know you've probably told this to other people in the past, but how did you come up with Borinqueña?
So the idea for this comes from the fact that I grew up reading, loving, and collecting comic books. But I was also a teacher, and I was also an activist, and I wanted to figure out a way to communicate to a larger audience the reality of being the oldest existing colony on the planet, and how Puerto Ricans with U.S. citizenship are still treated as second-class citizens. And so I felt that in the era we live in now, where superheroes are pervasive in pop culture and even in culture in general, I mean, like from fruit roll-ups to like pajamas, superheroes are everywhere. I thought to myself, there's still a void. There's still a lack of superheroes that really speak to the diversity of being an American. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of like create a project that embraced intersectionality, that would actually not only raise awareness, but also celebrate an organic part of our diversity as American citizens. And so La Borinqueña was born from that. And over the last 9 years, next year being our 10th anniversary, we found that our book is being studied from primary, from graduate schools across the United States, Europe, and Latin America. Our book is the only one to this day that actually has a woman as the lead protagonist in her ongoing series for 9 years. We're the only independent studio that's been able to team up with DC Comics and create and establish a charitable project that's sustainable, having awarded over $200,000 in grants. And now we're doing it in the space of toy collecting with our action figure line.
Yeah, these action figures are really, really great. Lots of articulation, you can tell just from looking at them.
Yeah, we teamed up with an incredible studio, Boss Fight Studio.
Oh, Boss Fight is amazing.
They are incredibly talented visionaries in this space of toy collecting and toy design, and we were very fortunate that they saw the value in our intellectual property and also committed to our charity work. They're the only action figures produced that dedicate a portion of the proceeds to our continued charity work as well.
So when you started the character, was it easy to introduce something with more diversity than we usually see in the regular comic pages?
For me, it was very organic because I literally just went to my own experience, my own life. I was born and raised throughout Puerto Rico and New York City, and I've literally lived amongst diversity my whole life, amongst Jewish communities, Asian communities, African American communities. It's organic. When you live in New York City, if you're not embracing diversity, then you're probably not leaving your apartment.
Right.
You really can't escape. You're literally in a train car and then immersed in an incredibly diverse experience. So for me, it was organic to translate that into comics. And I love the story. I love the medium. I love the genre of superhero storytelling. I am a huge fan of Chris Claremont.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had the honor of meeting. I love his ability of telling stories to ground his superheroic, supernatural characters in humanity. So I try to emulate that in my stories as well. And the character for me is just a vehicle for my activism and my philanthropy, but it still speaks to that child in me that always loved superhero storytelling. I'll share very quickly. As a child,
Please do.
every week my teacher, Miss Morales, used to write 10 vocabulary words, and her assignment for us, she just wanted us to learn what these words meant. We had to write 10 original sentences showing that we understood the definition of these new vocabulary words. I took it upon myself to write a story, but not a story, and a series of episodes. So every week, those 10 new vocabulary words expanded my vocabulary and also expanded this episode, and I would draw a comic with every assignment, and I just did that on my own. So fast forward decades later, I'm doing it with my studio, and I'm doing it with my comics, inspiring this young woman from...
And I hope I'm not in trouble since La Borinqueña has come into the booth here.
Yeah, and you know, I'm very proud of Litzy because she really exemplifies the work that we put into this character. She's going to be graduating next month with a bachelor's degree, and I'm super proud of her. She's been involved in supporting our work in her own way as a cosplayer because she truly believes in the charity and the message of our project. She does a lot of events for families, for a lot of community organizations, and truly helps us kind of like spread this positive message of love, charity, and, well, superhero storytelling.
So now this is the first one, this is the first Bix you've been to, correct?
First Brooklyn Independent Comic Show.
So that's good. So you like this one then?
Well, let's see. Yeah, hopefully they'll invite us back, and you know we'll be a regular.
I hope they'll come back to you. All right, I'm going to let you get back to the business of this table, and for you, La Borinqueña, for protecting the world of justice here.
What's dope about your name is that your name is actually in La Borinqueña.
Is it?
It's Ken.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm slow. It's been a hot day. Awesome. All right, listen, so the books can be available on
You can follow us on social media.
We'll have all the links.
la-borinqueña.com.
We'll tell you how to get them. Awesome. Edgardo La Borinqueña, thank you for helping me with this wonderful time.
Thank you, Ken.
All right, my friends, you know how it ends. It ends like it begins. It's me, it's Ken. We're doing the Piercing Metal thing here at the Brooklyn Independent Comic Con. That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful, right?
Do me a favor, click that subscribe. Click the subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and leave a comment on the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.